Welcome, dear readers, to this new episode of your Books and Life channel. I'm Marilyn, and today we're gonna go to the discovery of a new book, one of those books that I call classic. Today we're gonna talk about the book entitled The Power of Now by the author Eckhart Tolle. It's just such an amazing book. We just thought that it was just a in-time book. Like, this is the type of book that we should read and reread in a period like this. And why? First of all, because it is also so much easy for our minds to forget to live in the now. We rather have a set of people that live generally in the past and another set who lives in the future. One of the first things that the author Eckhart Tolle brings to our consciousness is that what is first of all the now? What are we calling now? Is now in terms of days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday? Is now in terms of time, morning, evening, afternoon? Or is time in terms of the chronos, that time that human beings have tried their best to quantify and measure? Or is time according to the kairos? What is the now, actually? And the second point that he addresses in the book is, why is it important to us to become aware of living in the now? Because the way we are trained, the way our minds are trained, is to rather live in the past where we have regrets of what could have been, of what we could have done or not do, or to live in the future where there is the place of worry of what could be and what could not be, and all those presuppositions and apprehensions and assumptions and whatever. You can finish with just. And both of the people are in the wrong path. You cannot change the past, it's already done. You can affect the future, it's not yet there. But where you are right now, in this now, you can do something now, or not do something now. You can only affect the now. You can't affect the past, and you can't affect the future. You can only affect now. And when you go through the book, through amazing illustration, very practical examples, it shows you how most of the time people don't value the now. No, they are too preoccupied about complaining or regretting the past or being worried about the future. They don't enjoy, they don't acknowledge the now. And when the now becomes the past, they realize that that past, that now which is now past, was valuable and was great. But when they were living in that now, they could not see it. Their eyes were blinded to the truth that now is beautiful, that now is important, that now you can do something, that now is the day of rest, that now is the day of salvation, that it is now. And it asks from us a whole retraining from our mind to become intentional in living in the now. And it affects everything we do. You are with your loved ones, but you are not in this now moment. You are already planning the future and how you have to pay bills and how you have to pay the schools and all that. And you are eating and you are not allowing your body to enjoy the taste and the savors of the food. No, you are already thinking about what to do next or what you were supposed to do. You are not living in the now. And through this book, one of the things that the author brings to our attention is how that choice we usually make not to live in the now affects our life in such dramatic way. Some people have issues with their weight, not really because of what they eat or when they eat, but because when they eat, they are not enjoying the moment. They are not in the moment of eating. They are somewhere in the past or somewhere in the future. Consequently, what they eat, the body is not able to really getting satisfied. The body that we take time to bring in the elements and to allow the taste to flow in our being, that body will have lesser problem of it. That's a point for another book that we'll be studying about. It's not for today. But what we mean is how just tiny details can affect so greatly, so much greatly our lives. We are so focused in wanting to change people that we love. We are so focused in wanting to change the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the fiancé or the husband or the wife or the children that we are no more able to enjoy them in the now. And when they leave us, we start seeing the great things. Yes, there were weaknesses. Yes, there were shortcomings. But we start seeing that above that, he was still a great guy. She was still a great girl. Why? Because we are not living in the now. Of course, in relationship and in life, there are things that are uncompromisable. Let us be clear about it. There are things that, no, this we don't, are unacceptable. But most of the time, there are a lot of things that we realize we could have coped with that were not that dramatic, but we were not able to perceive them because we were not in the now of the relationship. We were rather meditating on the past relationships and the past hurts, or we were already projecting ourselves in a future that's not yet there. But whatever the case, we were not living in the now. So in this book that the author breaks down into 9 chapters, he brings us to value the now and to show us how living in the now will dramatically affect our lives in a good sense. And for example, one of the things which is absolutely mind-blowing that he brings to our attention in the book is, you are not your mind. What goes through your mind doesn't mean that it has the proprietorship label of you upon it. There are thousands and thousands of thoughts going and coming in our minds all the time. And one thing that the author, Eckhart Tolle, brings to our attention is that most of them are not yours. But most of the time, we appropriate them and we identify ourselves with them. Even when we don't like them, in fact, especially when we don't like them, we start being scared about them. We start being we start being in that state of fear. How could I think these things? How could I be this way? How could I? When they are not your thoughts in the first place. But because we are not aware of it, we think we can't do anything about it. We appropriate them to ourselves. We start beating up ourselves about them, and we allow them to manifest and to perpetuate themselves in our lives and in the lives of our loved ones. So first things first that he brought to our mind, to our attention, is that you are not your mind. This book will bring you also to that matter of consciousness that we have been talking about in one of our past editions with Biology of Beliefs of Dr. Bruce Lipton, and how he started giving us small tips. The author Eckhart Tolle started giving us small tips on how to learn and to learn to retrain our mind to live intentionally and purposefully in the now. Being here with me in the now. Enjoying the now. The fact you can watch me and the fact that I can reach to you is so amazing. And being able to have this communication between you and I is just so marvelous. And it's just so precious that we can be together in this now. It's really a book that we advise you to read. If you already did, read it again, because it's those type of book that each time you read them, there's something new that comes up to your attention. There's something new. There is something new happening. There is something new way of seeing the thing that you saw before, perhaps, in a greater light. And there is nothing above that. It's much more than money. And on this platform, you know that our aim is to bring to your attention those precious stones, those life-changing books that will cause you to see yourself the way you really are, to perceive the others the way they really are, to perceive life the way life is really, and not the way you were taught to think about life. The Power of Now is a timely book. It's a classic. It's the book that you need to read at least once every year, if not at least twice every year, to remind your brain, to remind your mind how much is important and valuable to live presently, intentionally, right now. I was Marilyn, and this was Books and Life. Enjoy life. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.